Hey guys, Sterling here. I've been brooding over something the last few days and I want to try to get it off my chest now. And what I've been brooding over amounts to another statist non-argument against anarchists. And this argument deals with the law. And the argument they make, it goes something like this. If you break the law, prepare to face up or own up to it. Prepare to face the consequences. You knew what you were doing, so accept responsibility for it. So, thinking about this for a second, you realize that this is not an argument. This is an emotional guilt trip. This is an unthinking cesspool of mouth vomit that has nothing to do with logical argumentation. And I think of two things, and I want to just get this out of the way really quickly. I think of two things when someone says, if you break the law, prepare to own up to the consequences. Face what you did. The first thing is, the person who conveys the message like this is just parroting what they've been programmed to say. This is the thread of propaganda that runs through society that these people are just repeating. So, my hopes of this video is, if you're repeating arguments like this, is to wake up, right? Is to see that what you are saying is not only dangerous to others, but dangerous for yourself. Unless, of course, you fall into category number 2. And category number 2 says that the people who say this about those who go against the law is that they are sociopaths, or that they are a psychopath or a sadist, and they like to see people hurt and they like to see people suffer, and they feel no remorse in turn. So, now to show you how this argument is bullshit, to why it's a non-argument, and that people aren't thinking about it, aren't seeing why it's bullshit. And I'm going to use a few historical examples. Let's start with number 1. Let's pretend that you are in Nazi Germany and you are a Jewish citizen. The Nuremberg laws have just been instituted. Okay, the Germans come to take you from your home and to segregate you and to pull you to the ghetto. You resist, you try to run away, you fight them off, you do whatever you can do to get out of that situation. Because we know what the Nuremberg laws, after those kicked into gear, and then Kristallnacht hit, and then as we move on, we had a wholesale extermination of the Jewish population. So, imagine for a second, you're trying to do this, you're trying to get out of having to deal with this. You don't know exactly what's going to happen to you, but you know that it's wrong for you to be dragged off and segregated and separated from the population and your family. Well, the statist comes up to you and says, well, it was the law. You knew what the law was. Now you have to face the consequences for doing this. Surely it takes you 1 second of easy thought to realize that this law was immoral and bullshit. Right? So there shouldn't be any argument at this point. Right? This tells you that there shouldn't be any unthinking repetition of a law based on the mere fact that it's a law, or any other reason. There's no other logical reason for that to take place. Okay, moving on to example number 2. Example number 2, pretend for a moment that you are an African American in the antebellum South. Right? Pretend that you are a slave, and you try to escape your master. You're running away, through the country, trying to get away from being a slave, from being under total dominance of another person, of the white plantation owner. But you get caught, and they start to drag you back to the plantation, and, they're beating you and kicking the shit out of you on the way. Then the statist approaches you, while you're being dragged away, and they start saying, well, that was the law, you knew that was the law, and you broke it, so now you have to suffer the consequences. No one in their right mind today says to themselves, well, you broke the law, so now you have to pay the consequences. Yeah, we all realize that that's That's nonsense. We realize that those laws were immoral. Now, why the hell can we not apply that same logical reasoning to the bullshit laws of today? The laws that subjugate people, the laws that are outright immoral and based in the initiation of force against peaceful people. The drug laws, all manner of consensual crimes, including prostitution, gambling, etc. Any kind of regulation is a law that is a gun pointed at you. Why don't we wake up to this fact and see it? So I urge any of the statists or anybody who legitimately believe that somebody is evil or bad or has a problem if they break a law, right? And you'll also sometimes hear the bromide that, oh well, you broke the law, but I really don't think you're a bad person. I still think you're a good person. So they make you feel guilty and low for what you did, and that you need to bow down and cower, and get them to accept your apology and accept you back into society. No, this is bullshit collectivism. This is completely and utterly, it's what Rand said, this is self-sacrifice at its ugliest, right? Sacrificing everything that is good and decent, all of your values for nonsense. So, I don't want to ramble on too much longer here. I hope I was able to make the point and help get somebody out there to think about this a little, hopefully make it a little clearer. But I appreciate everybody for listening. Again, please subscribe. I've got some more ideas coming. I'm also trying to develop a channel name. I'm going to create a website and do all other kinds of fun things. I don't know yet if I'll ever do the whole accept donations thing or not. I have a lot of work I do in my life, so I'm able to survive. But I love doing this on the side. I appreciate everybody for listening. Please do subscribe. Thank you very much.